G'day, my name is Brett Fenton. I am the Chief Operating Officer at the Sydney Institute of Marine Science. And today I'd like to talk to you about an annual scholarship program that we run here in partnership with the Auxilium Foundation. The Auxilium Foundation was founded by John Preston. He's an ocean advocate, ocean lover, and a great supporter of marine research in Australia. Every year John donates a fund to us that we use to create two scholarships for. And what they effectively are is Kickstarter grants. So there's two $15,000 grants in 2024-2025. And instead of taking the usual approach where we have researchers fill out long grant applications, what we like to do is have people submit video submissions for their applications, and generally what I'll do is I'll give you the parameters of how that would look through the submission process, and then what we're looking for in evaluation. So we were also trying to make it as simple as we possibly can. If you want to just shoot straight to camera, do your pitch, that is completely fine. If you want to add B-roll in that, or if you want to add music or other footage, again, it's completely fine. Be as creative or as simple as you'd like, but ultimately what we're really interested in is the pitch, the quality of the pitch, the idea you're putting forward and the impact it's likely to have, and I'll go back through that in a second. So the parameters generally would be less than 5 minutes, and what we find with pitches is quite often long, dry explanations of the work that's intended to be done. It should be a pitch. We should want to understand why the idea that you're putting forward matters, the impact it's going to have, the beneficiaries of that particular impact, how it furthers science. But you know, you also have to contextualise that, which is an important part of the pitch. So generally, you know, what we'd expect is a quick introduction, who you are, the school you're currently working out of. The submissions are open to postdoc researchers, and it's a condition that John puts on the grant. You know, what he found was that postdocs, you know, they do all this work, they put a PhD together, and the very first thing they get that happens as a postdoc, they go to a university, and then you've got to work really hard to get additional funding to come into your projects and fund your work. And it's quite often a bit of a cold hard slap in the face for people who have dedicated their lives and want to do research, but what you're really doing is applying to a whole lot of grants. And so the basis of where we are on this, again, a quick introduction, who you are, the school you represent, maybe the group you work within. Some contextualisation of the work you do is also helpful, because it allows us to understand, the feasibility and viability of you completing the work, as an adjacent area of research to what you're currently doing. And then the real power for you is in the pitch of the idea. Again, we're looking for things that are innovative, that are novel, that answer important scientific questions, and we understand that it's only $15,000 of funding, but it's also a Kickstarter, so we're expecting if you can find ways to leverage that funding in particular ways to increase and amplify the value of that. That's what John's really looking for, and how we then look to evaluate through some of those ideas. What are you going to do with the money? I mean, where's it only going to go? How is that going to drive success in the project? And then what are the impacts and beneficiaries to that? Last year we had a really great submission. We have a project that has been formed out of Sims Living Seawalls, and that project was looking at the colour of the seawalls, and so the pitch effectively talked about the living seawalls, the value that creates, gave some stats on that. But here's an important question that hasn't been answered, which is does the colour of seawalls impact recruitment to the seawalls, and do we get additional benefits by considering a small change? So that's really the summary. I will be a part of the evaluation committee who looks at these things as they come in, and ultimately awards the two grants. But what I would note as well is we're here to support. Okay, so in this kind of process, many of you haven't experienced like this kind of straight to camera pitch. If you want some coaching on the pitch, we can help you with that. If you need some assistance in putting the video itself together, including filming on site here at Sims, so obviously it's easier for you to come to us as opposed to vice versa. We're here to help with that. We're here to work through all the general parts of the submission. What we'd like to do is have the submissions in by Monday, the 13th of January. And so it kind of gives you a good block of about a month, over a reasonably quiet period of the academic year to get your pitch together. Some of us will be on holidays, but we'll be available by email to support you through this process. Once the submission's in, me and the selection criteria are looking to award probably by the end of January, so that sort of coming into the academic year, you've got funds to spend on that. We're also happy to take any questions that you might have by email. My email address is brett, BRETT.fenton, FENTON @sims.org.au, or if you just want to use our general email address, which is info@sims.org.au, they'll come through to some of the team who are working on this project. Looking forward to see some really exciting ideas, looking forward to some really energetic pitches where you're looking to make a real change in the world and impact for the futures of our oceans and the people who use our oceans, which is everybody. Super excited about the project and really looking forward to seeing what comes in. So thank you so much.